Hey guys, it's Sarah. Thank you so much for watching. So today I am going to be doing a Get Ready With Me featuring some of the Shop My Stash items for the month of March. So if you missed my monthly makeup basket Shop My Stash that I posted at the beginning of March, I will link that down below, but I wanted to feature some of these products in a Get Ready With Me just to kind of, in a way, follow up on them and show you some of them in action. There are more things in my makeup basket than what I would need for one full face of makeup, so I won't be using every single thing that's in there. But I do want to start doing something like this every month, whether it's a Get Ready With Me or just a dedicated video kind of following up on that month's Shop My Stash so that you at least are able to see them in action or see how I use them or hear some of my thoughts on those products. Let me know if you have a preference or if you have any other ideas for how I should do that, because I don't want to just do a makeup basket video and then never really follow up with you and let you know how things are working for me. So anyway, that's kind of why I wanted to do a Get Ready With Me today. And so I have my entire makeup basket right here in front of me. So I just brought the whole thing over because I figured I would enjoy having the whole thing to choose from. So I've already moisturized my face. I'm trying out this Mineral Fusion Mineral SPF 40 moisturizer. I am trying to figure out if this is breaking me out because I'm not sure. I've already had it on for a few hours today, so that's on my face already. I do want to use this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Dewy Face Primer. This is something, the sense that I've gotten from this so far is that it is more luminous than it is like hydrating, because you know there are kind of two different types of those dewy primers. There's hydrating primers and then there are more just luminous primers that give your skin a glow but that don't necessarily add a ton of moisture to your skin, kind of like a moisturizer would. That's kind of how I feel about this so far, and I kind of like that, especially for days where I want my skin to look glowy but I don't necessarily want it to be borderline greasy. I kind of like that. Whoa. Sorry, the sun is just going in and out like crazy, so I apologize if it just got like way darker in here. Okay, I just adjusted the camera settings, so hopefully that's better. So primer is on. I'm going to use the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation for my foundation today, and I'm gonna mix it with the Spotlight Illuminating Primer because that's what I've been doing for my Project Pan. I've just been mixing the two together, and that primer just kind of adds a little bit of extra glow to the foundation. I've been really into like much more glowy makeup looks lately than I used to be. That moisturizer, I will definitely report back on this Mineral Fusion moisturizer because I've been trying to find an SPF that is hydrating enough but that also wears well under makeup, because the one that I have from Bare Republic right now, I talked about it in my haul update video a couple weeks ago. That one, it's a tinted sunscreen, and for some reason that one and the other tinted sunscreen from Paula's Choice that I've used before, those are just too drying on me, believe it or not. I feel like that's kind of an odd thing to say about an SPF because usually the thing with face sunscreens is that they're too greasy. On me, those tinted sunscreens just seem too drying. So I got this one from Mineral Fusion because it was really affordable, first off, and it was a really good value. It has 3.4 ounces of product, which is a ton of product. And I got it on sale. But this one claims to be like really hydrating. It says makeup ready, so it's supposed to be really good under makeup. I like it. I can see how it might be a little too heavy and like sticky and greasy for somebody with oily skin. On me, I don't mind the slightly greasy look. I used to hate it, but now I don't mind that. Now I'm just trying to figure out if it breaks me out because I have a suspicion that it might have broken me out. So anyway, I will definitely report back on that once I have come to a conclusion. But obviously that's not related to my Shop My Stash for the month, but it is something that I thought you might be interested in hearing about. Because I feel like finding a good SPF for underneath makeup can be a bit of a struggle for many of us, especially one that is affordable and cruelty-free and that doesn't break me out. Those are like the main three things that I want, because I love the Paula's Choice SPF products, but those are like $30+ and I just don't think anybody should have to pay that much just to protect their skin from the sun. Okay, the lighting is just out of control. The sun outside just keeps coming in and out, like it'll go away for a second and then it comes back like super bright, so I don't even know. I apologize, but camera stuff is not easy, let me just tell you. So foundation is on. That's what that mixture of the Naked Skin and the Spotlight Primer kind of looks like together. That's been kind of like my go-to combo lately. On to concealer. I'm just going to use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This has just been the one that I have been reaching for. I just think that this is the slightest bit too light for me, and I almost feel like it's not even fair for me to review a complexion product that isn't the right match for my skin tone. You know, it's harder to tell if you like something if it's not quite the right tone. I think it's just ever so slightly too light for my skin, and I need something just a hair darker. But it's too late now. I can't return it now. I've had this since like November and now it's March. I guess I maybe could still. I'll have to look into the return policy. As much as I don't like returning opened makeup, you know, if I wasted my money and I'm not enjoying it, then, you know, I think it's okay to return something or exchange something. But we'll see. I'll look back into that return policy and then maybe I'll go to Sephora and actually just have them match me, because I'm just having trouble finding the right shade for me in this concealer, and I really do want it to work for me. And I do like the finish of it. I just think that the shade is not giving me a good representation of how it actually works. I am going to contour and set my under eyes with the Wet n Wild MegaGlo contouring palette. This is in my Shop My Stash, but it's also in my project pan. And pretty much a lot of the things that are in my Shop My Stash are project pan items, but a lot of them aren't. I just do a very light amount of that contour because it's so pigmented. You really only need to just like barely tap your brush in, and even still sometimes it can be too much. But when it is applied with a light hand, I do actually really like the way that it kind of just like sculpts my cheekbones in a very natural looking way, because it is totally matte, and I think that it's just a good tone. It's not 100% cool toned. One of you has been asking me about that, about the tone of this contour, and I wouldn't say that it's like purely cool toned. It definitely has a little bit of warmth to it, but it's not like an orange bronzer. It's definitely more cool than it is warm. And then I'm just using that lighter side of the duo to set my under eyes. Now it's dark again. I mean, I wish the sun would just make up its mind, you know? Like, just pick one. Pick whether you're gonna come out or you're gonna stay behind the clouds. Just, you know, is that so hard? For blush, I did have two blushes in my Shop My Stash for the month. One of them is the Flower Beauty Blush Balm. This is a newer blush to me. Actually, both of these are new to me somewhat. This I featured in my Full Face of Cream products video, which just went up on Tuesday. So if you want to see that in action, check out that video. But for my blush today, I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Ombre blush in the shade In a Purple Haze. I talked about this in my February favorites. I am loving this blush, and I didn't think I was going to like it, but I really like it. So it's like a purpley pink, cool toned blush. Definitely a very light color and wouldn't work for everyone. Like this, probably wouldn't work for you if you had a skin tone that's much darker than mine. But if your skin tone is like mine or even a little bit lighter, this is like, oh, there is something very special about this blush color. And now I'm like really intrigued and I want to try more cool tone blushes. I used to be like very into just like rosy and peachy blushes. This one is so different, but you can see like I kind of like the way it looks. And I think on my eyes I'm gonna do a little bit of like a lavender pastel type of vibe, and so I feel like this blush is perfect for that. And I just swirl my blush evenly all around. I don't concentrate on the purple or the pink, although I could if I wanted to really go one way or the other. And you can see I'm definitely piling this on quite heavily because it is so light, and it honestly isn't very pigmented, but I don't think that's a bad thing when it comes to blush. I would rather have to pile something on than to have to be super careful or risk looking like a clown, you know what I mean? So I don't know what it is about that blush, I just think it's so nice. And I love that I don't have to worry about applying too much. For my highlight, I am gonna use a powder highlight. I have been really into cream products lately, but I also wanna get use out of this one because I just recently rolled this highlighter into my project pan. Not the contour because I'm still working on the Wet n Wild one, but the highlight I am officially back to trying to pan this. I am really gonna need to repress this sometime soon because it is getting hard to pick this up on my brush. And in case you didn't know, I actually did already repress this a few months ago, and this is after hitting pan a second time since repressing. So we are really getting down to the very last bit of product in here, which is very exciting. I'm gonna be so excited when I am able to toss this duo into my empties bin. You have no idea how satisfying that's gonna be. Because I've been working on panning this, I think since last summer, like summer of 2018, but I've had it in my collection since, I believe, 2016. I think I was in my last semester, or last year of college, when I first got this in a Pettivore box. Does anyone still subscribe to Pettivore or any subscription box? I haven't really been interested in subscription boxes for a while, although I did discover some really great products through subscription boxes. I just haven't really been interested in them lately because I feel like they're kind of a waste of money if you already have a lot of makeup in your collection. But this was quite a good deal to get in that box because it was like a $26 product. This alone, I think, paid for the box. I still remember that because I was so excited when I saw this in there. And it has given me a couple of years of use, which is kind of awesome. Okay, I keep having to adjust the lighting and I'm about to go crazy. So it is time for my brows. Just to give you a little preview of what I'm gonna plan to do on my eyes. I'm kind of basing this whole look on the lip color. We are currently in week 2 of my March 4 weeks 4 lipsticks challenge, whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's where I randomly select 4 lipsticks to wear throughout the month, 1 for each week out of the month. This week's lipstick is the Wet n Wild Mega Last lipstick in the shade Cherry Picking. This is fun. I wore this out last night and I'm gonna wear it again today. This will be the second time I'm wearing it this week. But I want to kind of base the eye look somewhat on this color, or at least just kind of keeping that color in mind. I'm just gonna quickly fill in my brows. This is the Wet n Wild Retractable Brow Pencil in the shade Taupe. I have to say, so I did finally buy the CoverGirl brow pencil. It's the one that has like a really thin tip. It's supposed to be kind of a dupe for the Brow Wiz from Anastasia, but I don't remember the exact name. I think it's called their Micro Fine brow pencil. I bought it and I wasn't gonna use it until I finished this one, but I did use it once. I cheated because I was just like, I had to try it. I just had to try it once, and I have to say I do think I'm really gonna like that one. This brow pencil from Wet n Wild, this is more like a dupe for, or supposed to be a dupe for the ABH Brow Definer. And I haven't tried the ABH Brow Definer, but I don't love this one. I like it enough to use it. Like, sometimes I really like the way my brows turn out with it, but it's mostly what I don't like about this is the tone. I feel like it just pulls a little bit too warm on me, and I don't appreciate that. Even though I have some warmth in my hair that's on my head, I feel like, I don't know, my brows, I want my brows to be just like a very cool toned taupe color. I feel like that just looks the most natural on me. But we are getting down to the very last bit of this brow pencil, and I cannot wait to move on to that CoverGirl one because I think I'm gonna like it. The one time I used it, I was just like, yup, this is my kind of brow pencil. Like, it's really, really thin. Almost went on even more smoothly than the Brow Wiz. Brow Wiz, if you're familiar, is very stiff. And that can be a good thing because it doesn't allow you to deposit too much product too quickly into your brows, so it can be a good thing. But I almost think I like the slightly creamier texture just a little bit better. But we will see. Gotta finish this Wet n Wild one first. I know Wet n Wild actually makes a micro tip brow pencil as well, but having tried this one, this is the shade Taupe, and Taupe is usually the shade I go for. Unless they have a shade in that one that's even a little bit cooler than this Taupe color, I don't think I want to try that, because if it's the same kind of tone as this, I don't think I would like it. I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyelids with the Jordana 12 Hour Made to Last jumbo pencil in the shade Continuous Almond. This is in my project pan. This is a good primer. Not quite as good as a regular eyebrow or eyelid primer, because I will still get some minor creasing, especially on my right eye. For some reason, eyeshadows will crease more on my right eyelid than they do on my left. I don't understand what that's all about. Does anyone else have that problem? Maybe my right eyelid is just more creasy, like more wrinkly, you know? Or maybe that one produces more oil. It's really hard to say. Okay, so I'm thinking for my eyeshadow look, I'm gonna use some of the singles that I pulled out for this month. I selected a bunch of kind of more pastel colors, really pretty fun spring colors for, since it's March, I'm just like really in the mood for spring. And I also had the Subculture palette in my makeup basket and the CoverGirl True Naked Roses palette, but I think I just want to stick to these for today. This is just what I'm feeling. What I actually kind of want to do is a very, very light pastel cut crease with really just two colors. I want to use the ColourPop single in the shade Howlin', which is a matte, like pastel lavender, and then the Makeup Geek single in Voltage, which is a duochrome yellowy gold white. I'm thinking that's gonna be super pretty. And then I may use a little bit of Prowlin, which is kind of like the shimmery counterpart to Howlin'. Okay, let's see what we can do. I'm just running Howlin' through the crease with a very fluffy crease brush. This is the MOTD Seamless Sheer Blend. The thing I love about colorful pastel shadows is that they're colorful without being like too dramatic. I mean, too dramatic is subjective, obviously, but I can still go for like a very muted look while incorporating a fun color. So I don't do cut creases often, and you guys know usually my get ready with me's are like me trying to kind of experiment a little bit. It doesn't always turn out perfectly because guess what? I'm not a makeup artist, okay? This is just me playing with makeup and I'm inviting you along for the fun. So I'm gonna use, I need to clean off this brush, this MOTD Under the Covers brush. Give me 1 second. So I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer to cut my crease. Now for the hard part is making that symmetrical on the other side. I don't know if it's 100% perfectly symmetrical, but that's okay. We can always make adjustments as we go. I am now just going to pack some of the shade Voltage from Makeup Geek. This is, I've talked about this many times before, but this is one of my favorite single shadows. I always love a duochrome. I just think duochromes are so much fun. I'm just gonna pack this on the lid. I guess I was mostly going for a half cut crease, but I did take the concealer a little far over. So if, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Okay, so I definitely want to go back in with Howlin, which is that matte lavender again, and just blend up above the crease a little. I almost feel like I took voltage up too high. Okay, now I want to take Prowlin, which is the shimmery purple from ColourPop. That has a little bit of like gold shimmer in it. And I want to put that kind of just on the outer third of my lid. Also going to take Voltage around the inner corner just to brighten that up really nicely. And then I think I'm just going to smudge some more of Howlin, the matte purple, on my lower lash line. I kind of want to keep this pretty monochromatic and not too dark either. I'm just going to add a little bit of soft definition to my under eye. That's fun. Wow, this is fun. I like how it's so light and pastel. I mean, how many times am I going to say the word pastel in this video? But it's like, still, it makes a statement, you know? I'm going to highlight my brow bone with the Wet n Wild contouring palette, the highlight side, obviously. So before I do mascara, I am going to do some setting spray. I'm going to use the Pixi Glow Mist. I've been really enjoying this. Actually, you know what? I am going to set a little bit, before I do that, a little bit of my T-zone with the Milani Conceal and Perfect Shine Proof Powder, just for a little bit of powder, not too much. Been a little bit less into, I don't want to take too much of that glow away from the primer and stuff, but just enough to kind of set those areas that might break down. Now I'm gonna set my face with the Pixi Glow Mist. I always manage to get this in my hair. I'm gonna try really hard not to. Oh, that just feels so nice. I almost, you know what? I almost feel like this lip color isn't gonna go as well with this look as I thought it would. I'm thinking I might do something different, actually. I'll still wear this another time this week, but I also have this nude color from Wet n Wild that's actually meant to be for later this month, but honestly I've already worn it like twice this month. I think this is actually next week's lip color. That's not quite what I'm going for either. Let me go raid my lipstick drawer and I'll be right back. I'm having a hard time deciding, but I think I've ultimately decided to go with a more nude lip color. This is the e.l.f. matte lip color in the shade Tea Rose. I'm kind of leaning towards a slightly more monochromatic look, and I want to go with this because it's more cool toned than a lot of the more like nudie, peachy lipsticks that I have. So this is the one I've decided on. We can always change it if we don't like it, but let's at least try this one. I might put a gloss on top. Oh, I still haven't even done mascara yet. We'll do that in a second. So for mascara, I'm using the Flower Beauty Lash Warrior mascara. I think this might be my new favorite mascara. I don't want to speak too soon because with mascaras you kind of have to give it a lot of time. But this is really nice. This mascara makes my lashes so long that sometimes my lashes go so high up that they actually, before they're done drying, they smudge like right underneath my brows. That's how long my lashes are with this stuff on. Now, I do have pretty long lashes as is, but like this mascara really brings them out, and I like it. I mean, do you see that? They look insane. in like the best way. But see, they're so long that they're smudging onto my brow bone. Okay, I think we're good. Gotta like try not to blink before it dries all the way. So there is everything all together. I think I am gonna put just a little bit of gloss. I'm gonna use the Marcel Luxe Gloss in the shade Starlit. This is actually one of my lipsticks for the month. This was the one for the 4th week or the last week of the month, but I'm gonna go ahead and use it now because I mean, no reason why not. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on the center. I like that. This is a fun look. I am very, very happy with these like springtime vibes. I love like the purple and the really bright like yellowy white duochrome. I feel like those just pair so nicely together. So that is everything for this Get Ready With Me. I hope you enjoyed kind of seeing some of these Shop My Stash items in action. I feel like we pretty much used a lot of the things that were in the basket for the month. Not everything, but wow, I really like this look. I never want to wash it off. I am gonna go to yoga later today and I hope this isn't like too crazy. Maybe I'll wash it off before I go, but I don't want to. So anyway, that is it for today's Get Ready With Me. Let me know if you'd like me to continue doing these Shop My Stash Get Ready With Me's monthly, or if there's another way that you'd like me to incorporate my Shop My Stash items in a video to kind of, you know, follow up on them. That is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.